everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're making another surprise for my son. The zucchini muffins are all gone, so I'm going to make him another surprise. It's white chocolate or vanilla almond bark, pretzels, and then you can, on the top you can use M&Ms, Reese's Pieces, chocolate chips, whatever you want, and they're so good, addicting. I'm only going to have one. That's it. I can't be having a whole bunch of sugar. So I'm going to put my apron on and we'll get started. I'll show you how to do it. So you need your pretzels, your morsels, M&Ms, Reese's Pieces, whatever you have or want to use. I'm using chocolate morsels because I don't have Reese's Pieces. I don't need to buy them. I'll just make it differently. And then I have a little bit of almond bark left, and I have a little bit of white chocolate morsels left. So I'm just going to melt them both and mix them together. It'll turn out just fine. You'll also need wax paper or parchment paper, whatever you have, both will work. And then a microwave safe bowl. Okay, so you put your almond bark or your morsels in here. You know, actually, these will melt faster than these will. Let me cut these into smaller pieces. That way they all melt evenly. So I had a family member make these last year, and they were so good. I had to make them after she made them. They're so good. And she did hers with M&Ms, and I had the idea to use Reese's Pieces, and they turned out even better. I was astonished. So anything with peanut butter and chocolate put together is my favorite kind of candy. So the Reese's Pieces and this white chocolate flavor was just perfect. And so M&Ms are great, delicious. Reese's Pieces are even better if you like that sort of thing. And so this is my first time using the chocolate morsels, but I have a feeling they're going to be amazing as well. So I'm going to put this in the microwave. I don't have the almond bark instructions. Let's see if it says, oh yeah, let's put all that in there too. So melting directions, on high for 45 seconds, stir, and then every 15 seconds, stir, 15 seconds, stir, until you have the consistency you want. Actually, before I start the microwaving process, I should get this area ready, because once the white chocolate here is at the right consistency, we'll have to work pretty fast before it starts to cool down and solidify. Then it won't work quite as well. Oh, one thing I forgot. No, actually, we'll use this. If I didn't cut any holes in it, we'll use it, that is. So I don't have any piping bags. I'm not a decorator of desserts. Yeah, I think this will be safe to use. So I'll just use a bag, and I'll cut a tiny little hole in the corner, and we'll use it to squeeze the melted mixture. You will see very soon. Let me get some scissors, because I'll need to cut those. So you get your pretzels. I only have a little bit left, so we're going to do as many as we can. You can do any kind of miniature pretzel. They make circle ones that are even smaller. So you can do smaller ones. You can do these little bit larger ones. You can do the traditional crisscrossy pretzel shape of the miniature ones. Well, I guess they're regular sized. You buy them in a bag. And you just lay them all out flat like this. Put the broken pieces over there. Okay. So this might actually be too much for the amount of pretzels I have here. But if it is, we'll just put even more in the center of each of these, and they'll just be really full. That way we use it up. I'm going to see if I can turn these broken ones into their own. Can you see that? Kind of. Oh, yeah. So there and there, I just pushed 2 broken pieces together. That should work. When this solidifies, it'll hold its shape. So let's get this warmed up and melted. All right. We got the consistency that we want. All the chunks are gone. It's definitely a good thing that I chopped up that almond bark, because that would have taken so much longer and the morsels would have already been completely melted. Okay. So now we got to work kind of fast. So you can use the spoon and scoop into the center of each pretzel, but I personally believe that it is much easier to do it like this. So I folded the edges of the bag right on the outside to kind of help prop it. And we're going to use this here. Pour it in. And this, I put my finger in it, and it's not hot, it's just warm. So it's not going to damage the bag. All right. Now I am going to pinch it right here. That way it doesn't start oozing right away. Let me get it real close to you so you can see. And then we're just going to take a tiny little piece off the corner. Okay. Make sure. Yep, that should be big enough. And oh crap, there was a hole in the bag. Oh man. Okay, well we need to make that hole bigger anyways. I knew I should have gotten a new bag. I was just trying to save a bag. Now I can't get it to cut. Okay, well it wouldn't be a video with me if I wasn't making some kind of mistake. And now that's coming out way too fast. Okay, we're going to make it work. It's going to be okay. So sometimes my videos are more about what not to do than what to do. So learn from me either way. In the end, this recipe is amazing. It tastes amazing. If you have never tried it and then you make it, you will be hooked. Okay, let's try to come over and fill the ones that aren't completely full. Okay, the bag's almost empty, and they're all pretty full or overflowing. Okay. Yeah, I think all of them have enough inside to be, when they dry, to attach to the pretzel. So they'll dry and then they won't stick. I used parchment paper last time, but I'm sure wax paper will work the same. So whenever you're done making a mess like I have here, you just let them sit for a while, probably 10-15 minutes. I can't remember exactly how long it took me. I'm going to get my hands cleaned off real quick. Because before we let them sit and we walk away, we have to add the morsels to the top. So do I want to use 72% dark chocolate or 60 bittersweet? I think I will do... Oh, look at these chips. Oh, they're not your typical morsel shape. I forgot what these looked like. Can you see that? If it'll focus. Let me try again. There we go. Now it's focused. So just cute little, I don't know what you call them. Different shaped morsels. So you put it right in the middle. You don't have to push it down real hard. Just tap it on top there. You could put more than one if you wanted to as well. I think with the amount of white chocolate that we have on some of these, or in some of these, I think it's going to be plenty sweet. Diabetic coma sweet, that's for sure. Uh-oh, I dropped one on the floor. Oops. I will pick that up before my dogs come over and try to get it. Five-second rule, right? I'm just kidding. I will trash the piece that I've dropped. Okay, all of them have a morsel on them. So we'll be back in 10-15 minutes or so to check on them, and we'll go from there. We'll give them a taste test, and I'll show you if my son likes them as well. Okay, we're back. They have solidified. It's been about 10 minutes, and then you just give them a little bit of pressure, and they will come off of the wax paper. This big clump isn't quite, oh, yep, that one's not quite solidified yet, but there's so much there, so that's why. So you just break them apart, and then you store them how you want to. A bag or Tupperware probably would be best. Okay. Some of these thicker ones aren't fully solidified, but that's okay. So if you end up making a mess like I did, and some of yours are really full, probably give it 15 or 20 minutes. But they should look more like this. Not super full, but just enough. And this one is solid. So 10 minutes for the ideal amount inside. And then this one's the one where I first started, and the bag, the corner was coming out faster than I thought because I made the hole too big. It is still soft, but it won't take long for it to solidify. It's solid enough to where it doesn't ooze everywhere. So that one's going to be very rich. I'm going to save that one for my son. He'll like that one a lot. So once you got them all breaking apart, put them in a container. So my son will try to eat all of these, or as many as he can, when he sees them. That's just how he is when it comes to sweets. So I'm going to divide them up into individual bags and put a few in each, and that's all he gets at that time. So divide these up real quick, and then we'll taste them. Okay. Some of them have 7, some of them have 6. And what I like to do for my son is I will buy him something like Rice Krispie treats or brownies, and I'll hide them in different spots around the house. And so when he comes across one, he gets to have one. But he caught on real quick because one time I was being lazy and I didn't want to have to remember to hide one every day. And so he opened all the hiding spots and he found all of them in one day. And he thought it was hilarious, but I had to take them away from him because he can't have a whole box of Rice Krispie treats at one time. So I'm going to hide one a day and let him find them and turn it into a fun little game, and then we'll show you what he thinks when he tries it when he gets home from school today. But I left one out for myself to try to let you know what I think about it. I haven't had it with the dark chocolate and the white chocolate together. Yeah, that is really, really good. Even though they didn't come out pretty, they taste amazing. Doesn't matter what they look like. And if you're wanting to make it for a party and have them be pretty, then maybe be a little bit careful with the bag. Use a new bag, unlike I did. Be very careful when you cut the hole into the corner of the bag. And just try to go real slow and gentle, not make a huge mess. But for me and my son, we're happy with this. This is totally fine. And I pulled them apart. He probably won't even notice how big of a mess they are because when you take them apart, you can't really see a huge mess. All right, well, I'm going to clean up my mess and we will show you what he thinks when he gets home. The hiding spot is going to be right there. We'll see how long it takes him to find it. Probably not long. So let it sit for 10 to 20 minutes on the wax paper. Try it with M&Ms or Reeses Pieces or chocolate morsels on top, whatever you want to do. They're all amazing. I still think the Reeses Pieces is my favorite, but it just depends on what you like. And then you can use almond bark or white chocolate morsels to melt. You can do it together like I did because that's what I had, or you can do either or, and it'll turn out fine. And then I tried to Google the name of the recipe, and there's a bunch of variations and different names. So I'm just going to call them Chocolate Pretzel Bites because they have white chocolate and dark chocolate, and they're bite-sized pretzels. So they're really good. Give them a try. Let's see what my son thinks about it. All right, Evan's looking for the hiding spot. He knows it's in the kitchen.
Is it? Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh.
No, it's not in there.
It's not inside here?
Mm-mm. Don't mind the mess in the kitchen. I'm about to start dinner.
Don't you always like? Hey, you've been hiding stuff inside here, so.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Oh, I can't fully open that. I don't think it's inside there. Is it inside here?
Yep.
You made these?
Yep.
Wait.
I know you love those. We didn't have Reese's Pieces, so I put dark chocolate morsel on top instead.
Yay! Thanks.
Let us know what you think. Yeah?
That's good.
Evan approved? All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.